My child, don't scroll. Stop right here. Listen to me. It's over for you. The battles, the pain, the fear, the confusion, the storms, and the weight that has been with you for a long time. It's over now. And your new start begins as soon as these words hit you. Please understand that I am speaking to you directly, not by chance, luck, or chance alone, but because God wants to. Heaven put this message in front of you because you are about to go through a change that you have prayed for and looked forward to. This wasn't found. It's time. So I brought this to you. I slowed you down, my child. I stopped you from scrolling. For this very moment, I shut down your thoughts. When I talk to you like this, heaven stops. Stop moving and leaning close, angels. They know what I'm about to send your way. They know how important this moment is. They know how strong these words are. They know that fate is about to open and that the old season is ending. Can you feel how quiet it is? That pause in the air and that sudden pull on your spirit are both me. That's my presence next to you, drawing your attention to these lines and pulling at your heart with holy urgency. Do not scroll. Do not move. Don't look away now, because this isn't just another message. It looks like God has stepped in. I came into your day. I went into your timeline. I went into your mind because your soul needed to hear me right now. There have been questions on your mind as you walked. You've been in pain that you didn't know how to describe. There were wounds on you that no one saw. Since you broke in, you've been smiling. I saw it all, felt every tear, heard every silent cry, and held every breath you couldn't keep steady. I couldn't let you take another step without stopping you and telling you it's over. Now the wait is over. The fight is over. It's over for now. This is the end of the season that broke your heart, made you think in a fog, and kept you up at night with fear. Heaven has decided what to do with you. Heaven makes the rules, and nothing on earth can change them. Things can't go on after I say they're over. Nobody, not even me, not even a force, can open a chapter again once I close it. You have been lost for a long time. Storms tried to get you, but you made it through. You've been through pain that would have made most people give up. You've kept going even though your heart is empty. You have been through a lot in your chest and still managed to get up every day. I saw everything. Now heaven is giving you a new start because you didn't give up. Even though you were shaking, and because you held on to hope even though it seemed like it wouldn't last. This message connects the past to the future for you. This is where you cross. At this point, the old loses its power and the new takes its place. Right now, something holy is moving around you. Your spirit feels it, even if you can't see it yet. The soft warmth, the sudden calm, and the strange feeling that something is off. That is the feeling of my being with you. I can feel my hand reaching into your soul and telling you, you are safe now. You're now free. There is a new start for you. You stopped here for a reason. Your heart leaned in for a reason. There's a reason why you wanted to keep reading. You've reached the time that heaven planned for you before you were even born. A turning point in your story. A time when healing can begin. A time when old chains break. A time when your identity comes back to the surface. A moment when something that seemed impossible becomes possible all of a sudden. Do not pass up this chance. Don't just ignore this message. This is me, your mother, talking because you are leaving something heavy and entering something holy. You've cried enough. You've had enough of fighting. You have asked too many questions. You've been through enough. You've made it this far. It is now time to live. Now is the time to breathe again. Now is the time to be happy without being afraid. You can now walk around without carrying everything on your back. It's time to start over. A start that was written by me, not your pain. Your fresh start doesn't start tomorrow. It's not coming next week. It doesn't come one day. It starts right now with these words. This moment, this breath, it has been said by heaven. The change has already begun. You started a new season. The moment you chose to read this, do you feel the change in the air? The sound you hear is your old season ending. That sound is chains breaking. That sound is my love lifting your heart, getting rid of the old. I'm making the way clear. I'm ending the pattern. I'm stopping the lies. I'm getting rid of the shadows. I'm making the wounds better. I'm giving you back the strength you thought you'd lost forever. I'm giving you back your life, not the life you had before. A better one, a whole one, a blessed one. But my child, pay attention. Follow me. Don't scroll. Do not rush through this. If you hesitate for one more second, what I have opened for you could be put off. Right now, you are at the start of a new season. Don't leave right now. Allow me to finish what I began. Right now, let me talk to you in the places you hid. Let me put you back together from the inside out. I want to give you the life I always had planned for you. Follow me. As you read, the new start you prayed for is coming true. Sion, if he has healed your brokenness, then your love heals me. Do not be upset as I speak to you, my child. I am speaking something over your life that has already been sealed by heaven. It's over. The attacks being alone, being let down, the weight, the fear that lingered longer than it should have. The nights of silence that broke you. The weight on your chest and the confusion that took away your peace. That season, the one that wore you down, tested you, stretched you, and made you feel empty, is over. I'm telling you this directly so that your heart can finally rest and know that you are not going back to the things that hurt you before. The end date for the old season has been reached. You went through a long, hard part of your life that not many people understood. You carried your burdens quietly and smiled even though your heart was crying. Some days you told yourself you were fine even though you were shaking inside. You went through storms inside your mind and heart that no one saw. These storms made you question your worth, your purpose, your hope, and even your future. You got through things that would have killed others. And you did it with very little help or understanding from the people around you and all the strength you could muster. You still got up though. You kept going though. You kept going even though you didn't know how. Thank you for sticking with it, not giving up, and still looking for me even when it seemed like I wasn't talking. This is the end of that long chapter. I'll close it myself. One more day of that pain won't follow you into your new life. The season that hurt you can't get in the way of what I'm about to give you. The enemy can't keep going through the same things. The old wounds can't come back to life. The heartaches that kept you up at night don't belong where you're going. I am putting up the last wall between today and tomorrow for you. You ask, Lord, how can you say it is over when I still feel traces of it? And I will tell you the truth. In heaven, the seasons end before they do on earth. In the spiritual world, breakthroughs happen before they show up in the physical world. Before it shows up in your emotions, freedom starts in the things you can't see. Your spirit has already left the house. You just haven't felt the full change yet. Yes, I did end it in heaven before you felt the shift on earth. So, trust me, as soon as I said those words, the storm stopped. There was no more darkness after I said the change. Heaven closed the season and the earth started moving in line with what I said. What heaven has already done is being caught up to by you. Your heart is getting used to a freedom that was already given to you. Once upon a time, your spirit learned how to breathe again after years of carrying too much weight. You are starting to feel like you have hope, peace, and life again. Not because things have changed yet, but because you're waking up inside. No matter how faint, you can feel it. The weight is easing off. The noise is getting less loud. Things are becoming clearer. Your spirit knows that something has changed. Please understand this, my child. You won't have to fight an old battle in your new life. In the last season, something tried to kill you, but it can't get into this one. You can't let the enemy that hurt your heart, the voice that lied to you, the fear that held you back, or the disappointment that made you tough follow you. The door behind you is now shut and I personally sealed it. There is nothing from your old season that can come into your new one. The people who drained you will not come back into your life. The cycles that made you tired will not happen again. The storms of emotions will not come back. The doors that shut were supposed to shut. The endings that hurt were the ones that had to happen. There were times when you asked me why certain things fell apart. You were interested in why some people left. You asked why some chances you had were taken away from you. You didn't understand why some hopes fell apart after you did everything you could. But my child, every ending was a divine way to keep you safe. Even though you didn't get it, I was getting rid of the old season. Things that couldn't go with you. Where I'm taking you were being taken away. I cut the ties that were going to tie you up. I took away the things that would have made you weaker. I cut back on your life so it could grow in ways you couldn't see yet. The cutting back is now over. The storm is over now. The wait is over now. You've entered a new holy area that was written for you long before pain came into your life. The last bits of the old chapter are being erased so you can never go back to it in your mind, heart, or spirit. Let me touch the parts of you that are still shaking. Let me ease the pain of the memories. I'll heal the wounds that remind you of your fights. Let me talk to you from the bottom of your heart and say, that's it. Now you can rest. You are no longer in survival. You are no longer walking through fire. You are no longer fighting for air. Allow me to take some of your stress away. The old season took away your peace, your identity, your confidence, your joy, your strength, and your clarity. I'm giving them back to you. Listen to me. You're not the same person you were back then. You changed because of the storm. The pain made you stronger. Being alone made you stronger. The trials made you better. You're stronger now. You know more now. Your spirit is more awake now. That's why you had to walk through it. The season is over now. You'll know why I didn't let it break you. You'll understand why I waited until now to bring you out. Your new chapter starts off clean and fresh. Without the weight of what hurt you from the past, free from the voices that told you lies. Free from the fear that held you back. No longer held back by doubt, I have started over. I cleaned up the area behind you. I got rid of the shadows that were scaring you. Take a deep breath, my child. Raise your head. Join my hand. You are starting over. One that the past can't get in the way of. The page has turned. There is no more to say. It's no longer season. And nothing at all, will follow you into life. I'm going to open up in front of you. Come with me. The old one is gone. The new has begun. Right now, my child, I need to talk to you about the weight you carried. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. Come sit down with me. The weight that nobody else could understand. The weight that kept following you into nights when you couldn't sleep. You couldn't hide the weight on your heart. Even when you tried your best to smile, I saw everything. I saw you quickly wipe away your tears before anyone else did. I saw how your chest got tight when your stress level rose out of the blue. I could hear the fights you were having in your head. Behind your smile, I saw how much pain you were in. No one could understand the pain you were in. The pain that you turned away from so you could keep going. I kept an eye on you, my child, when no one else did. It was dark when you whispered prayers to me. I heard the words you were too shy to say. When your mouth was too tired to say them, they formed in your heart instead. I was there when you cried and hit your pillow. I made sure I kept track of all of them. I saw every tear fall. Every scream was heard. There was no moment of breaking that wasn't seen. Some nights you couldn't sleep and just stared at the ceiling, wondering what was wrong with your life. There were nights when you were stuck in your own thoughts. There were nights when you didn't know when you'd feel calm again. I was sitting next to you at that time. You didn't feel me. But I was closer to you than the blanket that was over you. I held you when you held your breath to stop crying. During times when your heart hurt so badly that it hurt your body, I wrapped my arms around you and kept you from giving up. You were sad and didn't know how to talk about it. You had wounds that never fully healed because you had to move on before you were ready. You had too many responsibilities for one heart to handle. You were hurt by people who should have loved you more. You felt bad about things that were never your fault. You carried expectations, fear, shame, and disappointment on your soul, one piece on top of the other until you felt like you could not breathe. Still, you kept going. You kept going even though your whole body told you to stop. You were tired every day, but you got through it. You were there for other people even when you didn't feel like it. You loved even though you didn't feel loved. You gave people hope while quietly breaking. Even though your legs were shaking, you carried other people. Heaven saw you do all of this, my child, and it cried with and for you. How many times have you thought about giving up? You lie to yourself more often than you think. At times you looked at your life and told yourself, I can't do this anymore. There were times when you told yourself, I'm tired. I'm so worn out. There were times when you thought your heart wasn't strong enough to go on beating. I knew everything you were thinking, even though you didn't tell anyone. I could feel every shake in your spirit. I knew you were about to give up. And every time you were about to fall, I caught you. Sometimes in ways you didn't know. Not planned, but there was a moment of peace. That was me. A calm breath in the middle of chaos. That was me. A sudden boost of strength that helped you make it through another day. That was me. Someone said something that spoke right to your pain. That was me. A time when you almost fell but didn't. You were being held up by me. You thought you were the only one going through this. But I felt closer to you when you were in pain than when you were happy. When you're hurt, my child, my heart bends toward you. I'm here for you when you cry. When you feel alone, I get closer. I'm here for you when you feel weak. You were never really alone. Even though it felt like it, I was with you in the dark, the heavy, the cloudy, and the scary times. I never pulled away from you. Heaven saw every second of your pain. You cried every night, said silent prayers, felt numb every day, and held your chest to try to breathe every time. Everything is written out in front of me. Every moment will lead to something bigger. In my hands. You don't suffer for no reason. You don't cry without getting something. When you break, you have to rebuild. You can't lose without getting something back. Nothing you went through was pointless. Even the parts that didn't seem to have any point. Not even the times it seemed impossible to bear. Not even the times when it seemed like there was only loss. Right, Ian? If nothing can make you doubt him, I will stay strong in my faith. Even though you can't see it yet, every tear planted a seed in your future. Every broken heart made your soul softer so that I could plant new roots. Every setback helped you move forward to better things. Every moment you spent alone made you who you are, made your heart stronger, and sharpened your spirit. Every weight you carried became a story that heaven will use to help other people. No matter what, my child, I will repay you. I will give joy that never ends. For every tear. For every night you can't sleep, I will give you rest that heals. For every broken heart, I will heal it in a way that goes beyond the wound. For every lie you tell, I will send you relationships with people who really love you. I will give plenty that overflows for every time of lack. For all the time you were hidden, I will put you in places that value you. I remembered how much pain you were in. I didn't forget about your pain. I didn't dismiss your cries. I helped you get through what you couldn't. Now I'm going to give you more than you could ever imagine. What was meant to break you didn't, and I will bless you beyond measure because you made it through it. It was never your job to carry that weight. Now let me take it from you. You felt sad for days that seemed to go on forever. Now let me make you happy for a long time. You were afraid, which kept you from speaking out. Now I'm going to give you peace that the dark can't hurt. What you've been through, my child, is turning into something beautiful. There was no waste. Now your story is changing. Your heart is getting better. Your life is slowly getting better again. Soon the weight you used to carry will make you stronger than ever. I will lift the veil for you, my child. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. When you were going through battles, you thought they were random, part of life, or your fault. Let me show you the truth behind those battles. You were attacked in a strange way. They had a spiritual side. The stress in your head and the heaviness in your chest, your thoughts being all over the place, and your sudden fear were not signs of weakness. These were signs that war was coming. Heaven knew how bad the fight was, but you didn't. As you tried to get through the day, the enemy was working to destroy your goals, silence your voice, and weaken your spirit. You were just tired, not weak. You weren't doing badly. You were fighting battles that no one could see. You were not going crazy. The ground I gave you was being attacked by darkness. Your enemy saw something in you that you didn't see in yourself. In your spirit, he saw the calling on your life, your destiny written over you, the light inside your heart. He could see how strong you would be after you got better. He knew you would make a difference once you got back up. He saw the fresh start you were on your way to and did everything he could to stop you. Thoughts that told you you weren't good enough made you doubt your worth. Tried to get you to give up and planted fear where I had planted purpose, attacked your mind. The enemy told you lies because he was afraid of the truth that I put inside you. He tried to play war with your mind to make your life go in a different direction. Your heart was hurt. Relationships ended. You lost loved ones quickly. You were betrayed. And you felt lonely, like a weight was sitting on your chest. His goal was for your heart to break so badly that you would shut out all love, even mine. He wanted you to give up hope so that you wouldn't expect good things to happen. He knew that if he hurt your heart, he could hurt your future, too. People tried to change who you are. Whispers made you forget who you are. Pressure made you feel small. And things happened that made you wonder where you fit in this world. You were made to doubt your worth, your voice, and what makes you special. Because the enemy knows that identity is the key to destiny. He tried to shake it so much that you couldn't tell who you were. Attacks on your goal, closed doors, delays, confusion, sudden setbacks. And storms that hit just as you were about to move forward were all part of the story. The times of your battles were never random. They always came just before you made a big move, just before something big or new. The enemy was fighting something that God was setting up. Why did everything hit me at once? You've asked me a lot, my child. What caused the pain to appear so quickly? As I tried to make changes in my life, why did the darkness come? I talked to you through every battle, even when you couldn't hear me. Because the new start was almost here. The battles got tougher because your breakthrough was getting close. You can tell when the enemy is running out of time by how hard they fight. You were getting too close to where he didn't want you to go. It was good for you. You were waking up. You were getting out of old habits. You were breaking out of cycles that go back generations. He was scared because you were starting to see yourself the way I do. You think you just barely made it through those seasons, but you did. You got up. You kept going. It wasn't because you were strong enough, but because heaven was watch over you all the time. You don't know how many storms were aimed right at your spirit. You have no idea how many arrows of bad luck were aimed at you. You have no idea how many traps were set for you. You have no idea how many times the enemy planned to completely defeat you. But my angels always stood between you and the darkness. When fear hit you hard, angels took care of you. Angels were around your spirit when depression tried to suffocate you. An angel fought for you. When hopelessness tried to take over in the middle of the night, when the enemy said in a low voice, "Give up," more angels whispered, "Hold on." You didn't fall because heaven held you up. The enemy tried to stop what I had planned for you, my child, but he failed. Even though he tried to shut you up, you are still here. He tried to break your spirit, but you got back up. He tried to make you think of dark things, but you still have light in you. He tried to ruin your plans, but my plan stood strong. You made it through because heaven wouldn't let you fall. You thought it was your strength, but it was really my shield. It was my defense, but you thought it was a coincidence. Even though you thought you were lucky, you were safe. Thought you were being pushed forward by something inside you, but it was really my hand on your back that helped you through each wave. Do you remember the nights when you thought something was holding you together? Even though you were about to fall apart. That was me. Do you remember times when you walked through something dangerous without realizing it? That was my part in the matter. Remember how peace came out of nowhere in the middle of chaos? It was my voice that calmed you down. Do you remember times when your spirit was too heavy to keep going, but you did? That was my presence making you feel better because of the calling on your life. You were attacked every time. The enemy knew how good you could be before you did. He was scared of the person you were turning into. He was afraid of how strong you got in the storm. He was afraid of how smart you became in the fire. He was afraid of the faith that grew when things got bad. He was afraid that the authority you would face after making it through the season would break you. You need to understand something, my child. You are a threat to darkness. The enemy sees you as a threat. You bring light that breaks through shadows. The reason you're here shakes the ground of hell. Heaven is happy about the future you carry. That's the reason why you were hit. It's not because you were weak, but because you were picked. And as you read these words, darkness is shaking because you are becoming aware of the truth. You are becoming aware of what really happened. You are becoming aware that you are not broken. You are getting better. You have not lost. Change is happening to you. You're not weak. You have been chosen. The enemy can't stop what I'm about to do to you because I stood between you and destruction. You lived through every attack. You got through storms that weren't meant to happen to you. You beat things that were trying to kill your spirit that you still don't know about. Heaven fought hard for you all the time. You were fiercely covered by angels. Finally, your new start has come because you lived, because you fought, because you held on even when everything tried to pull you down. You won't be able to be hurt by any attacks in the next chapter. The darkness that tried to bury, you won't be able to get into your new season. There is no need to be afraid. You will start over. You've won every battle so far. All of the storms have died down. Each attack has been stopped. You made it through because heaven wouldn't let you fall. Now you will rise because heaven has said it's time for you to make it. Please get even closer, child. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or by becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give," and heaven will open over you. On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens open. I'm about to show you something that will melt your heart and open your eyes in a way they have never been opened before. So many things you thought you lost. So many doors you thought should have opened. So many people you wished had stayed. And so many situations you felt like you couldn't change. You sometimes blamed yourself. You didn't think you were good enough. You believed you were missing something. You thought no one heard your prayers. But I'm taking away the veil today. The curtain is being pulled back. I'm telling you the truth about things you thought you knew but didn't. There were times when I stepped in front of you, redirected you, protected you, shielded you, and trimmed the path that you couldn't see. They got things out of the way without telling you. My hand was there, but you couldn't see it. My voice spoke, but you didn't hear it. Even though you didn't feel it, I was moving. It's hard to believe how much I have saved you. There were bad relationships, my child. They would have killed your spirit, so I blocked them. You prayed for, wanted, and begged me to keep these people in your life. Still, you missed what I saw. You missed the wins, the confusion, and the heartbreak that were to come. The lie was waiting for you, but you didn't see it coming. You could only see what your heart wanted, but I could see the danger. That's why I shut the door. The link was cut off by me. I made the talk less clear. I let them feel my heart turn. To keep you safe, not to hurt you. You cried over things that would have hurt you. I said no with love. What you cried for was blocked because it would have hurt you. There were chances you wanted that I turned down. There were jobs that wouldn't hire you. You tried to fit in some places but couldn't. You had plans that didn't work out, not because you were not skilled enough, but because you were on the wrong path. You would have been tied down, slowed down, drained, or stuck if you had gone through those doors. You would have been happy with less than what I had planned. You would have gone into a future that didn't fit with who you are. That's why I shut the door, not to punish, but to save them. You had plans for what to do, decisions you wanted to make, and the right thing to do. What made you feel uneasy was something in your heart. You were told to wait. You were told not to move. It was my voice, not fear. I put things off because you would have been hurt if I moved too quickly. I slowed you down so that fate could catch up with you. I kept you still so bad things could happen. You wanted speed, but I needed to be lined up. When you prayed, I didn't answer. It wasn't because I didn't like you, but because I wanted to keep you safe. You think prayers that aren't answered mean that God isn't listening. But they often mean that God is stepping in. I told them, not this. Not now. Not in that way. I have something better. I said, believe me, you're asking for crumbs. When I made a feast, I told you. Lack of speech was not my silence. It was for safety. It was a plan. You didn't know what kind of love it was. My child, do you remember times when you thought nothing was going to change? In times when you prayed, but nothing changed. When you begged for signs and heard nothing but silence, you thought I didn't care about you. You thought I wasn't really hearing you. But the truth is that miracles were happening behind the scenes that no one could see. I was moving people around. I was making people feel things. I was lining up the times. I was getting doors ready. I was making room. Things were coming apart while I was holding them together. I was working on things that you couldn't see. Say Amen below. If you're claiming God's promises over your life today, I bless you. Share this video, too. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass by you. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.